Hello, bon dia, welcome to Frankie Off-Grid. We're Carissa and Iwan, originally from North Wales in the UK, and at the end of 2020 we made the decision to move to central Portugal with our sausage dog Frankie and bought this small farm for less than €10,000. As we were both self-employed, we were struggling to get on the housing market and tired of paying rent on a small house with no garden and the endless rain, we took a leap to try and build a new life where the sun shines 300 days of the year. Before we get stuck into our third year here of learning to build our own off-grid homestead, I'll give you a quick recap on the first 2 years. The land we found was an olive grove with an old stone building nestled at the back that had once been a 2-storey house but in the last years has been used as a barn and needed a lot of work. We lived in our small and very cold Renault traffic van, and the first thing we needed to do was to create a comfy place to sleep, so we built a little wooden cabin. We had no previous building experience, but did the best we could and learnt a lot along the way. Once we had a more comfortable bedroom, we turned our attention to the old stone house, which was split into 2 rooms. Our plan was to turn one into a usable kitchen / dining / lounge, a place to shelter from the cold and heat, as central Portugal has an extremely hot summer and quite a cold, sometimes wet winter. Along the way though, we did find out that the building was in fact half owned by the neighbour, so to resolve this we ended up having to buy his piece of land for €15,000. We somehow cobbled it together, borrowing some from family, though this was a big setback on us being able to afford the building materials we would need to start on the house, but we muddled together the best we could and kept working and saving so that we could move forward. We built some wooden doors with big perspex windows to let the light in, and then started tackling the stone walls that were full of sticks and mud and sometimes snakes. As we had no experience building anything previously, this took us a very long time as we were learning on the job, luckily with the help and advice of our good friend Nick. It needed a new roof, a new concrete floor, tiling, rendering and painting. Living in the space that we were building was at times challenging, but I think it taught us a lot about how we want to build the space to function best for us. Though it still not quite had the finishing touches, in the end I think we turned this into quite a beautiful space. And with the installation of a log burner, it keeps us warm and dry in the winter, and with its thick stone walls it's a good place to hide from the heat in the summer. One of the big motives for moving to central Portugal was that it's much cheaper to buy land, and in total we now have about 1.5 acres. We've spent the last few years learning how to grow our own food in this climate, and Iwan's focused on making wine from our 170 grapevines. We've collected olives from our 100 olive trees to make our own olive oil and have learnt a lot about how to tend to a farm, which involves a lot of trimming of grasses to keep us safe during the summer's fire season when it doesn't rain for months. Aside from Frankie, who came with us from Wales, we've picked up 3 cats, Albi, Joao and Simao, who keep the rodent population down for us. Unexpectedly, we also found Diogo, an injured hunting dog on the side of the road, and when no one claimed him, we set up a crowdfund to pay for the operation he needed on his broken leg, and he's now become an integral part of our family. We also have a flock of chickens with unusual names. They're mostly named after Liverpool football players, or given names like Voldemort and Gary by my niece Olive. We built them a temporary coop, and at the end of the second year started laying the foundations for a more permanent home for them. Another project we had started was on our driveway, as we had got stuck in the mud there on the very first day that we got the keys to the land, and access is super important as we continue to build and get material deliveries. As our second cold winter arrived, in which we were much more comfortable than the first, that leads us into the beginning of our third year, one that was focused more on our off-grid infrastructure and continuing to learn the seasonal rhythms of the farm. The beginning of the year was beautiful, cold and slow. We spent a lot of time collecting and chopping wood to keep our log burner going, and the land needed some attention, so we kept warm in the day by trimming the grass, clearing overgrown drainage ditches on the fields to help prevent flooding in the rains, and clearing the old stone well walls from weeds. The days of winter sunshine cement to us our reasons for living here, as although the nights are cold and frosty, there's not too many rainy days and lots of blue skies. In February it remained frosty and the work on the land continued as we tended to the olive trees, and then things didn't quite go to plan. I'm off to chop more wood. That is a daily task. Iwan is currently fixing the chainsaw for me, but he cannot chop the wood anymore. What have you done, Iwan?
I tripped over some stones at night time. I've broken 3 ribs.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
So yeah, that's definitely been an added difficulty to the week. I think they say it's normally like 6 weeks healing time. So I had a lesson in trimming and Iwan did what he could and pruned a lot of our vines. And then we got stuck into the next job on the list, which was to work on the new chicken coop. We hadn't worked with blocks and cement before, so this was a steep learning curve.
So that's how it would work if the door was in the middle. Okay, so, ow.
Think, Chuck? It is so much harder than I thought it would be building this. Yeah, I'm not going to show you too closely, it is a little bit wonky. This is the one I worked on, so yeah, I think the next step up is doing much better. With the leveler, I was just recording like what level it was this way, and the most important one was to have had it this way to see if it was straight. But it feels pretty solid, and I think as long as we don't lean too much more, we should hopefully be okay. Are you okay, Frankie?
Right, there we have it. The wonkiest chicken coop you've ever seen. But it's up and it's stable, that's the main thing. No excuses now, need to get the roof on it. Yeah, we just need to get this finished really because it's taken far too long and we've got far too many things to do. So, as you can see behind me, it's quite a different skyline. Pretty sure I've done it right. We've been taking pictures and stuff of the neighbours' trees that have pruned theirs and really analysing what they've done and tried to copy it.
We were still building our off-grid setup and had been saving for a solar system, but through our YouTube channel we were able to work with Bluetti and they sent us an amazing battery setup that really leveled up the power in our off-grid home. A huge thank you to all of you that watch our videos for providing us with opportunities like this. We are super grateful, and through continued collaborations we were able to expand the system throughout the year. Look at her tail. She proper looks like a dachshund now, rather than a big hairy slug.
Lovely morning, about 7:30. It's that time of year where it gets so hot by like midday. Well, it's not so hot, it's like 30 degrees-ish this weekend. Got to get the trimming done before 11 AM, which is when the machinery ban happens. I've been wanting to get this little nugget section done for quite a while, because we've got loads of lupins all over the place. You see them behind me. And they're good for the soil, and we can try and cultivate them and strim around them and leave as many of them standing as I can.
Between the top
It's looking better.
They're going in better.
This big blue tarp is our shed that needs to go up.
The light police still
Yes, smell and the red. What are you doing there? You're going to get the shed built on you.
I might do it. That looks very sandy. So I'm just down looking at the shed building instructions. We have been a little hesitant to tackle this project. Reviews are very mixed. Some say it's absolutely brilliant and it looked nice from the photos, but there are some absolutely hilarious reviews about the assembly. One was like, don't do this with your wife, otherwise you'll end up getting divorced. Not for normal people to construct, only for craftsmen. And the instructions are your classic, not very helpful. But I absolutely love putting IKEA furniture together. It just, I don't know, it's like building Lego or something. So I'm just gonna try and get my head around the first bit and see how I get on now that it's nice and cold in the evening. Yuan's making some dinner, see how far I get with attaching W1 to W2 and then to W3. This is going surprisingly smoothly.
Solid.
Well, once the roof's on, it should be. No, you got it wrong. Last instruction. No screw. Woohoo! I'm doing this like hard.
Not even once, not even close.
This is the first day we've had 5 eggs, which means they all laid today, which is exciting. As April came to an end, the chickens were happy and settling into their new wonky coop, and the weather was really starting to warm up, so we added some more shaded areas, and then...
Well, that's still not working.
Down, I know I might be headed for teardrops. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't. Cause I love you, baby. No, 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 no. Can't let you go. Cause I love you, yeah. There was a time I didn't have romance. But after I met you, I felt it was my chance. Nobody tells me good things about you, baby. I'm gonna stay right here. And I don't mean maybe, yeah. I can't let you go. I can't let you go, yeah. I can't let you go, yeah.
Who is it, Diogo?
Run, Dodo, run!
Molly!
How's it going?
Yeah, very good. My new pet chicken.
Thank you.
And make sure to unlike and unsubscribe to Carissa. And definitely don't comment. Subscribe to me and like me. Bye.
One interesting statistic that we learned was that in Wales we have about 300 days of rain and 65 days of sunshine in an average year, whereas here in central Portugal it's the reverse, with 300 days of sunshine and about 65 days of rain. However, we have the same annual rainfall, so when it rains, it rains. Oh my god, you're soaking. Look, turn your trousers around.
Get on, girl. Do it first, rolling it short ways. It's longer like that. Not like that. You've got to roll it.
The other day we were in Leroy Merlin and stumbled across this 450 watt solar panel for €149, which is an amazing price for one this big.
Okay, and then if we go up, we might as well go to the third step. Okay, and if you just hold it super steady.
Let's just go up. It's not crazy heavy. Big and awkward. You alright?
This morning we are going to carry on with the driveway. So we have a pile of rubble here that came from the kitchen. It used to be the kitchen floor. So we'll get out all of the bigger stuff like this, and then we'll move on to the finer stuff afterwards to pack it all in. Definitely a gloves job this time of year, because God knows what lives inside this pile.
what's really strange is we've just had all that rain for about an hour, and now there's a huge fire, and just a few villages along we can see all the smoke. So we're going to go for our dog walk, and normally we can look into the valley, we can see the Gdynia to see if we can see the plains and the fire. We won't be getting too close, don't worry. But
this is last year's plum wine. We should have probably bottled it quite a while ago.
was always on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seemed. We found holes in these walls, we like what we saw. Seems so strong until it falls, the final straw.
Using the way now.
That looks like a real kitchen.
this is the other thing I've not been able to do in the kitchen. Wash my hands.
walking around yesterday and trying some other grapes, as you can see them behind me there, and they're quite sweet. So I'm now kind of worried that harvest time has actually snuck up on us. It's a good 2 weeks earlier than we did it last year, but it's not beyond possibility that we need to harvest sooner. So one way you can tell is by collecting like a whole vineyard sample. So that's what I'm going to do today, is take random bunches off vines dotted across the land, from lower down ones to higher up ones, and then make a sort of grape juice out of them, and then test them with a hydrometer to see what the sugar level is. And depending on what that sugar level is, that should tell us how soon we need to harvest. So fingers crossed, we have at least a few more days. Right, we've probably got too many grapes, but it's better to have a good sample. Right, so good news is we've got a few more days. Currently the sugar content, or the brick scale, is showing 17 and we want about 20. Just need to get prepping now really. Need to get the barn clean, get the buckets clean, get the tank clean.
Aside from preparing for grape harvest, August mostly feels like survival mode. All of us trying to keep cool, eat a lot of figs and tomatoes, and keep an eye out for how close any wildfires might be to us. The only other interesting thing that happened in August was a strange UFO we saw one night whilst watching a meteor shower, which we still don't know what it was. So it's just gone 11 o'clock and I have the jumper on. The temperature has actually dropped. It says 22 outside, which for us is now really cold, but it's the night of the Perseus meteor shower. So now we're having a little dram and sitting outside and watching for shooting stars. We've seen a couple of really bright ones, so yeah, it's really nice to be sitting outside in a jumper at this time of year and watch them. So I'll try and set up a time lapse and see if I can capture some. We spent about an hour watching the sky and saw quite a few shooting stars, but just as we were going to bed I noticed a strange collection of lights low in the sky. My camera can only capture the night sky in time-lapse mode, so the first few captures are a bit blurry. This collection of lights started quite bright and low to the horizon. At first I thought they looked like slow motion fireworks. The movement of them quite slow as the footage here is sped up due to having to film in time-lapse. The collection of lights moved and swerved through the sky, and when we looked through binoculars they seemed to be small blinking lights, almost like Christmas lights on the flashing setting. They drifted further up into the sky until they merged and disappeared into the Milky Way overhead over about 30 minutes. After a lot of googling and putting up a short clip on YouTube to see if anybody knew what they were, we still aren't sure. The closest description that I think it could be is that people sometimes release lanterns into the sky with candles, but recently they've been using LED lights, so perhaps it could have been that. There are many explanations, from satellites or the tail of a comet, but the strange path that the lights took seems that they were maybe picked up by the wind. Either that or we definitely saw some aliens that night. Feel free to leave comments about what you think they could be. It really was something so mysterious and unique to see.
So, big day today, grape harvest day. As you can see, there's quite a lot of action happening underneath these.
afternoon, guys. We are
Pressing our wine.
pressing our wine today. We just had to wait for this big storm to pass.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's not going to rain again today. At this point we were still collecting our drinking water from a local spring, but the next project we started on was the beginning of resolving that. Good morning, guys. We're up nice and early. It's before 7 now. We're cleaning the well today, and we've hired someone to come and give us a hand because we were a bit worried. We'd read a few stories about the dangerous gases that can come up, so we just thought it'd be better to be working with someone who knows what they're doing. And you have to do it this time of year because the well level is at its lowest, but we do need to continue to pump out the rest of the water.
Yes.
So over the summer we have very slowly been continuing to work on the driveway, just adding some more like tiles and stuff, and after the rains as well it's feeling so much more secure, so we've actually been able to drive on it, and also the wood delivery guy was able to drive on it and deliver the wood right here, so it's been a lot easier to put it away.
Nice. Well done. Glass of wine? Come on, chop.
And as October approached, the cycle of the year starts to feel full circle as we move from keeping cool to getting our first wood delivery. And with the summer fire ban lifted, we could start having fires in the chillier evenings again. Spring and autumn are my favourite times of year here because the weather is perfect for getting jobs done, and October was a stunner. We started with the delivery of some building materials so we could work on covering the well. I wouldn't use that one, you know. Especially not with any gloves on. That's one I could barely lift up.
We need to get to the bottom of the well to take some samples of the water. So what we're going to do is go into this. We have left I never do this right. We have left here a little manhole cover.
Yeah, fully submerge it. Okay, happy? Sample gutted. Watch your head on the beam. Is that fun? What rating would you give for the climb? 5A?
Yeah, probably.
Too close together. You don't need to hit it that hard. Ah, yeah. So we've just got back from the press, it's very cold. And there's a big beautiful rainbow up above us. I love seeing them. It's not really a very good year for the olives because of all this rain, and even if they are looking quite big and healthy, they're also swollen from all the water, so the oil quantity that you're getting per kilogram of olives is really low. So I reckon we've only got about 125 in the end. Oh, it's really busy here tonight. So we had 126 kilograms.
Yep.
Kilograms per litre is much better than our first batch. This was 7.2 kilograms per litre, whereas I think the first one was about 9.8. So we have 14 litres of oil.
Nice.
The acidity is 1.3 though, so it's
Which
not,
isn't ideal.
not extra virgin, but
I'm sure it's tasty enough.
still first press olive oil,
Yep.
so we won't complain. We finally finished olive harvest and we have a lot of olive branches to process from the pruning.
anything to bridge that.
Yes. So would it come up to this height?
Yes, it does it. How would we do it? Oh, that'll work.
Suddenly, the world I used to know, I see it differently. You woke me from a dream, now here's reality. Baby, baby, you are really hurting me. 'Cause every time you tell me I look good and that I'm doing fine, but nothing ever changes. And now I see, baby, you are hurting me. Stuck in repeat. Stop lying. I know you playing your part, but baby, it's breaking my heart. How could I know? If you don't need me, just let me know when I go. Truthfully, the game that you've been playing felt so real to me. I once believed that you could be my destiny. Baby, baby, you are really hurting me. Who is she? How can you reject me so damn easily? Who are you and what are we? Baby, baby, you are really hurting me. I know you playing your part, but baby, it's breaking my heart. How could I know? If you don't need me, just let me know and I'll go. I know you're playing your part, but baby, it's breaking my heart.
You're left a bit.
How could I know? If you don't need me, just let me know. You're leaving your car, got lost in your heart. I'm falling apart, stop lying. Don't know who you are, baby, anymore. I'm dying. I know you're playing your part, but baby, it's breaking
All in all, 2023 was a year where we really started to feel at home here and made some big leaps towards improving the comfort of living off-grid, as well as starting to feel like we knew what we were doing with the farm and the land. We have a more in-depth video of the first 2 years that I'll leave in the description if you'd like to watch it, and in that video I said, I think if I had known what I know now, I would have felt too unprepared to tackle the adventure of moving to a foreign country to try to build our own home and start a new life from scratch on a tiny budget with no experience. Thank goodness naivety allowed us to make the blind leap. At the end of this year, I'm even more grateful we took the leap, knowing how good the life we're building would slowly become. 2024 has been even better, although with its own set of challenges too. I'll also leave in the description a link to the playlist of videos titled Year 4, documenting everything we've done in 2024. Sometimes people say that we're too slow and we make a lot of mistakes, but I think we're living a life true to ourselves, where we have more time to spend with each other, slowing down and drinking wine on the roof or playing with the dogs and cats, growing our own food and growing as people. We've learned a lot and still have a lot to learn. We're so grateful for all of you that watch our videos, cheer us on and give us many useful tips and ideas. I hope you enjoy following along as we figure it all out. Take care and see you next week.